Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the InnoVEX 2019 semifinal pitch contest. I'm your host, Phoenix. I'm really honored to be here to host this event. This year, we have 143 startups across 19 countries coming here. And among them, there's 34 teams to be sitting on this stage to pitch to our wonderful judges and compete for the grand prize tomorrow. Because there are so many of them, so we cannot finish in one day. This is our second day of the pitch contest. We have remaining 7 teams will come up here and have 6-minute pitch, 5 minutes QA. Without further ado, let's just welcome our honorable judges. Let's start with Alan from Advantech. Alan, please. Let's give it up for Alan. Chester, AWS. YJ Tsai, Darwin Venture. John from Knopf Martins. Hisham from Spire Bio Venture. Pranesh from Qualcomm. Craig from Life Science Angels. James from Sinopad Venture Capital. Edgar from Spotlight Taipei. Jackie, TransLink. And Amit from Silicon Valley Blockchain Society President. Okay, so without further ado, let's welcome our first team, SWR Technology. They are from Taiwan, and they are focusing on bringing us the mid-range power solution provider for the smart device. Let's welcome SWR Technology.
Jeffrey, let's start with the video.
This is a demonstration of the spatial freedom provided by SWR Technology Model 2122N wireless power module pair. We have a wireless power transmitter on this fixture and a receiver on this fixture, and I'll now plug in the power. In this video, we are using an LED matrix panel to simulate a dynamic load. The panel will run through a series of sequences that turn on the red, green, and blue LEDs in each of the pixels. The panel and electronics are powered by 100% wireless power and contains no batteries or other sources of power. There is an onboard current sensor that records the power consumed by all the electronics, and the maximum power measured for a sequence will be displayed. Our wireless modules have a high tolerance to misalignment. Even with a misalignment of 40%, the power to the device is maintained. For this demonstration, we're also showing the modules operating with a separation of 40 millimeters. In addition, the wireless power modules are very tolerant to misalignment due to rotation. I'll now rotate the transmitter to demonstrate this. By looking at the LED panel, the power is still continuously maintained. With this type of spatial freedom, we have the ability to power electronics without having to worry about precise placements or even adjustments after installation. Model 2122N is designed to operate through low E windows with a thickness of 7 to 35 millimeters, which covers virtually all the residential and commercial windows on the market. The SWR Technology wireless power modules truly provides a smarter way to power your smart devices. Thank you for watching this video, and at SWR Technology, we look forward to enabling your application with smart wireless power. This is a demonstration of the spatial freedom provided.
Hi again, my name is Jeffrey, software head of SWR Technology. We provide a smarter way to power smart devices. By 2022, there will be more than 2 billion smart devices surrounding us, not counting smartphones. The existing way to power these devices is costly and unsustainable. We either use wire or a battery. While installation is very costly, battery, while convenient, are a safety and an environmental hazard. What are we going to do with all these batteries? We need a better solution. And our answer is wireless power. We want the ability to put these smart devices freely for indoor, for outdoor application as well. As you can see, the picture here, our product at half size of cell phone can deliver up to 35 watts of power, not only wirelessly, but also pass through barrier, like a low-E glass here. No holes, of course. Even through barrier, we still very efficiency, and it is very easy to integrate. With wireless, it's safer installation and enable waterproof application. The best of all, for outdoor unit, no grounding needed. We are not the only one company who trying to solve this problem. However, there are two things make us stand out among the competition. First, we are the only one can support battery-free operation. Two, we are the easiest one to integrate. Here is our product opportunity map. We can do less than 1 watt to 150 watt from smart living electronics, 5G application, to service robotics, commercial drone. With all this opportunity, we are looking for at the same more than $3 billion. Top 5G operators had picked us to solve their problem, their installation problem. Also, we have joined a product release with a public company in Mobile World Congress 2019 in Barcelona. We have some IP. We are beating the competition. We plan to grow the company to $70 million in revenue by 2022. None of this could happen without a talent and cohesive team. Our team has on average more than 20 years experience in management, hardware, and software design. We also have access to top-tier advisors. In summary, our technology can support not just one, but multiple high-growth markets with our talent and the cohesive team. We are trying to expand more application within smart city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
Give
for
it
your
up for
time.
the SWR technology. So is there any question from the panel? We have 5 minutes time for QA.
Yes.
Let's give a mic.
Do you need an FCC approval?
Not yet, but well.
So do you know how long it will take for FCC to approve this?
Uh,
Because this is not airfield based. This is
This
different
is
setup.
low frequency.
Low frequency. What's
Yes,
the 900
magnetic
megahertz?
resonance, improved version.
So it's an airfield version of the technology.
Yes.
But do you need an FCC approval?
Eventually, well, yes.
And there's a Qualcomm guys there, so he probably know more about this.
Do you have any questions? Yeah, you can use mine first.
So this is a derivative of the white power magnetic resonance.
Sorry.
Is this based on white power magnetic resonance technology?
Yes.
Okay. And you just
Magnetic
move the
resonance.
frequency down.
With low frequency.
Low frequency. Okay. And have you done any testing, safety, thermals?
That's will be, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You want to sell your chip or license your technology, or
No,
you
we
want,
sales by module.
you want to sell module?
Yes.
So somebody want to provide a service will purchase the module from you?
Yeah, we work with 5G operators, and there will be ODN, OEM vendor buy a module from us to offer to carrier.
If we install this device over the market, is
Yes.
there any interruption problem?
Interaction problem?
Yeah, the different device
Oh,
interactive with each other.
no.
No,
Yeah,
you don't know or
I have no idea for now. Sorry.
Okay, John?
So, who are
Come
your
closer.
who are your current customers, and how are you making money off your current customers? And how do you intend to grow? You know, what would be your product roadmap for more customers?
We are now had passed the POC engineering sample, commercial sample with 5G operate. They want to. Can I have our?
You can go back. You have to
okay,
explain
okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, the 5G carrier. So we are working with the ODN, OEM vendor to provide our self-installation solution for them. It is combine the 5G modem and the wideband data transfer.
Go ahead, Amit. Just please pass some mic. Yeah.
So can you give an example of how this, take a use case of this product, because
Another use case.
yeah, use case of where it would be used, and,
Okay,
and how it's being used right now, or how the current world is doing it, and how it'll do it if it has your product.
Okay, for 5G millimeter wave will be attenuate badly through barrier like window or wall. Our module, our product, you see that is for Windows solution. You can touch the receiver inside, a receiver outside, and transmitter inside. And you can pass the power through the window without joining holes to improve the experience for installation.
And weather won't be a problem. So if it's raining or if it's snowing, it would
Okay,
still be able to.
because it don't have wire, so it's easy to waterproof for IP16, 95 or 97. It has to seal inside the box.
Alan.
Yes, it looks really interesting and promising. Does it require line of sight between the source and the recipient? The first question is the power transmission. What is power transmission? Does it
Yes.
require line of sight, direct visibility between the two endpoints?
A beg your pardon?
Direct visibility, line of sight, no blockage in between the source and the destination.
Yeah, there will be no. It can be wirelessly or through barrier.
So it can go through barrier.
Yes.
But then if it's a human body in between,
Yes.
do you know what would be done to the human body in between? Get
With
cooked.
low frequency and the magnetic, it will be.
So it just penetrates through human body of the energy beam.
We will pass the FCC spec.
But do you have any theory reasoning of what would happen with, watery, watery protein in between your power transmission?
I'm not sure what you mean, sorry.
But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe we can discuss over the
Yeah.
discussion section. So let's give it up for SWR Technology. Thank you. Our next thing is from Taiwan, and they are actually making a really cool way to shoemaking. They have the automated machine to actually make the entire production of your shoes. Let's welcome Plasma. Yes.
Hi, I am Jungle. I represent the AP Plasma company. and we working on footwear industry because we found the problem in footwear because first is they need a lot of labor to assembly the parts of the shoes, and the second one they need use a lot of the adhesive. The adhesive will pollute the environment, so we invent a new technology. Use air bonding, so we can use air to make shoes. And furthermore, not only air, we use the AI to make shoes. So we provide AI machine for whole auto assembly and without the adhesive to make the shoes. So we can benefit the customer and the environment about eco-friendly and the saving cost. And the most important is that performance is best. You cannot separate the material between the bonding interface. And for customer, they are very likely to this one, fully AI, because they don't need the labor anymore. That's true. So whole line, maybe just one or two, just operator, very easily. And we have a resume for whole production detail. So if the market is actually the footwear we every year produce 24 billion pair of shoes per year. 24 billion pair of shoes per year. So the market is huge. The actual market is revenue is 2.4 trillion USD. But about the equipment, we provide equipment. Equipment made roughly is 24 billion. And if for about the bonding, I mean the shoes, pair of shoes bonding and packaging is about 3.6 billion. So we like to be the number one in this area because we will change the history of making shoes. So right now we have over 60 patents, global 8 patents, and the most important is we already have a customer. Right now we already have business. So right now top 10 shoes maker is our customer. And most important, and because why they like our product is user friendly. It because don't need the people to use, so it's very easy to. The machine will start to learn how to make shoes automatically. So now this is our strategy is the first target is we want the licensing to the brand company like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, many brand shoes brand. That can speed up our market share. But at the same time, we also direct sell the machine to show our capable of the technology. And right now, we also doing the parallel, we're doing the same business. We want to run the rental business to speed up the deploy our machine in the global shoes maker. So, but that's still our first, the number one target. We want to licensing, so help the brand, help the maker, help the customer, so can help create a win-win situation. And so this time we also already get many awards from the Wall Street Journal, R&D 100, and many awards in Taiwan. So this is our status right now. Is we want right now we already in the pilot plan and production to some product. So right now we are going to the mass production. So just I show you, we want to go to the rental business. So we need right now we need the capital to help us our business to speed up the penetrate to the market. So this is our state right now. So we like to go to the status. Yeah. So this is our contribution to the footwear. So right now because right now we facing the interesting situation is China and the U.S. Compete very seriously. So actually right now the brand company want to let the shoes they want to move in the factory area. Maybe they want to move the factory to their domestic market, for example, US or Europe. So they need this technology a lot because it's impossible to see so many people like this one in USA to make shoes. So they need a robot. But they also don't like pollution, so they need air. So maybe one day we will use the California sunshine to make shoes. Right, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any question from the judges? Chester?
Yes.
Hi, can I know what AI elements are used in the scenarios?
You mean the air?
AI.
AI.
Yeah.
Actually, because AI is, we use AI to, they can automatically detect the shape, the shoe shape, 3D shape. And they can automatically to know the recipe because many material used in shoes. And if so, this AI can supply multi-type at the same time. So it means you can this type is for female, this type is for male, this type is for sports shoes, for running shoes. They can do many types at the same time. In traditionally, maybe one type you should manufacturing for week, for months, because the human learning curve is a long time. But the robotic AI, they don't need a learning curve. They can change the parameter immediately in 1 second. So this also they like a multi-type pair of shoes. They can make this be the future trend for multi-type products at the same time. Yeah.
John?
So, Jung-Ho, thank you.
Yes.
So, you didn't mention other machinery companies. You know, we just saw manual labor, but there must be others who are, maybe they've launched or building something similar. So can you tell us a little bit about the competitive landscape? And also, could there be a strategic partner who might help you to make this leap with the equipment?
Okay, appreciate.
You can go back. You just need to explain. Yeah.
Okay.
Competition.
So, because right now, the key issue is how to the software is also is our power core, right? So right now we cooperate with many spatial 3D camera company. So the 3D camera company, this is because they like we let the machine have an eye, and they can think by themselves, and so they can learning themselves because. You know, in process, sometimes if even by PhD student, PhD degree, they have to learn how to optimize the process. That the adhesive will become condition good, but the computer learning more faster. They know the strategy. So this is because the shoes is a huge quantity. So we already made a lot of the data bank. And we find some special trends, so we file a patent. And also, especially the air technology, we find some very interesting phenomena in the shoes. So if shoes made by air, you can check it. This is another key issue. So maybe this will help the brand company to prevent clone by the other company. If they use our air technology, then you can find a special mark in the final product. So maybe this also can help we also file this kind of patent. So the patent is including the machine process and the AI strategy, the algorithm. So yeah.
Yeah, there's another question over there. I hope that answers the question, but it's okay. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So you mentioned the big shoe companies like Nike and Adidas and Puma. Is this a wish list, or do you already have licensing deals with them?
Actually, right now we're not licensing to any brand company, not yet. Right now we negotiate. Right now the status is negotiate, not because some of the company maybe want the exclusive. But as you know, the shoes company, shoes market is huge. Even the number one company, maybe market share is still not over 30%. So our original idea is we want to help the whole industry. So I think this also is another things we need help, because we are focused. We are engineer. We are not we are not a person talking about the contract or legal issue. So this is another. So this is the reason right now this progress is very slow right now. But and we know this is very important. This is very important. So this one right now we direct sell to the maker, not brand company. We direct sell to maker to demonstrate to show how capable, and also increase our value to show yes, this really is applicable and can do it for mass production.
Okay, thank you, Pasma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Our next thing is from Taiwan. It's also from Taiwan, and they're focusing on medical equipment. They are actually focusing on marketing their thermographical equipment, medical device. Let's welcome Thermomission Biotech.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello everyone, my name is Eric. I'm from Thermovision Biotech. Our company are try to use IoT, Internet of Medical Things, and AI to develop a medical device for women breast wellness monitoring. So as we know, breast cancer is the leading is the leading cancer amongst the women worldwide, in nearby 25% annually of the new female cancer case. And why? So you might have the situation that, and you heard some sad story from your family or friends that there's important sad story. They lost their life because of the breast cancer. And actually, breast cancer is a potentially curable disease. And according to the National Cancer Institute, the survival rate varied by different stages of breast cancer. And the cost and plan of the treatment even varied by different stages. So in past year, more than 600,000 women died because of breast cancer. And it means every 50 seconds, one woman dies from breast cancer because of late treatment. So the problem is there's no curable solution for breast cancer for early monitoring of breast cancer. So the solution must need to have the early detection, non-invasive, radiation-free, and it also has to have easy to use and can be used anytime, anywhere. So our company, Thermovision Biotech, we try to build a team to solve this problem. So we are developing an end-to-end hardware and software solution that is easy to use, that every woman can use it. This is our product, Miss Bra, and through this product, it's easy to use. The only thing our user have to use is they just need to wear the bra, and the data will send to through our cloud service, and our doctor can view the data. After our doctor's review, the user can view the result, and if there's anything wrong and abnormality, a doctor will recommend the patient to go for further examination. So our first market will focus on post-treatment patient and the high-risk population. So we imagine there will be 7.5 million devices worldwide in 5 years after launch. So we want to protect women's breast wellness through the advanced technology, not by the naked eyes. So through our technology, we can measure the inner body temperature by the space technology. just like now we can measure the weather temperature through from the space. So we are currently conduct our clinical pilot study in Marquette Memorial Hospital in Taiwan, and the study is scheduled to end by the end of this June, and we are excited about the result, and we are ready to move forward to our next step to prepare the pre-market review submission for regulatory approval. So our business model is including our device and our cloud software service. So through our business model, we think that we can do the early monitoring and do our data analysis and provide early detection. So our company, we will start off as a medical device, and in the first phase, we will try to want our patients and doctors to understand our technology. And the second phase, we will go to the over-the-counter. And we are working on building our technology into a bra, and that means that our user can just wear it, and hopefully our user will not be even aware she's wearing a medical device. So this is our profit forecast. We will focus first on our post-treatment population and high-risk population. For 405 million by 2020, and 250 million by 2023, and 320 million by 2024. And this is our team. Our team has experience about aerospace, hardware, software, regulatory, and business. And we believe we can solve the problem because our team. And we also appreciate our investor for their support. We can file our patent and do the product development. And we are the company use the IoT and AI solution, and we also want to be a partner and be a lifeguard for our patient and for their family. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the right amount of time. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Go ahead. John first. You got the microphone.
Yeah. So you didn't explain to us how often does a woman wear this bra? Is it all day? Is it 7 days a week? And then is this, when you're talking about for prescription, I'm taking it's for high-risk women. Is that right? Maybe they have a history in their family.
Okay. That will be our first target market segment. And thank you for your question. For answer your question, we expand that the frequency of our product will be like 1 times per month, and it's like they will have to just use it like a few minutes within 10 minutes at each time. Yes.
Can you talk about technology? I mean, there's no clear picture. How does this work, and what's the current status? Have you proven the technology yet?
Oh yeah, the technology has been proven already.
Can you tell us a little bit about how do you detect and how do you measure the risk?
Okay, thank you for your question. Because actually, this technology is from space technology. As we know, for example, like how can we measure the weather temperature on the ground? Actually, we use the satellite technology in the space. So the technology will be similar like the satellite technology, how we measure the temperature from the space. Yes.
The question is, from the temperature measurement, you can link to the risk of breast cancer. Is that the link has been established?
Okay, thank you for your question. For this question, this principle has been established. The reason is because, as we know that if in the breast, if there's a tumor, and usually the tumor will affect the.
Do you have any early study that has how early you can detect? Do you have those data to show? I mean, yes, you probably can detect something different, but do you have any
Yeah.
data that to show initial proof of a
Yeah,
concept.
exactly. So now we are conducting clinical study in Mackay Memorial Hospital, and based on our current understanding, yeah, we can measure the different temperature difference inside the body. Yeah, and because the difference of temperature, the principle is because if you have the breast cancer in your breast, usually the cell will affect.
I think the question is how accurate it is.
How accurate? The accurate will depend on the result of our clinical study. So we need to wait until we finish our clinical study to do the data analysis. Thank you for your question.
Any other questions?
I think everybody have different temperature profile.
Yes.
So do you need to make a standard? Is it make any adjustment before the patient or user use it?
Thank you for your question. Yes, we definitely need that. So it will based on individual, because our software algorithm can differentiate the individual differences. So we will definitely need to consider about that.
So do you need a period of time, the track record, to make a judgment, or just based on the one time, the temperature change, or I don't know?
Yeah, for that question, it will depends on our clinical result, because we will do like one-time measurement and like a periods measurement, measure in periods. Yeah, so we will see if we can. It's better if we just one-time measurement can come out with the correct, accurate result. But we still need to do study to say if we can do it just at one-time measurement. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Servo Mission.
Thank you.
Our next team is also from Taiwan and is also in the medical industry. They are actually building up the real-time monitor to target the therapy resistance. Let's welcome Target Trust Biotech.
Good afternoon. I'm John. We are Target Trust Biotechnic. Our topic is diagnostic reagent for real-time monitor drug resistance in cancer therapy, a novel tumor liquid biopsy method. Cancer is a global issue. Targeted therapy and chemotherapy are commonly used in cancer treatment. However, drug resistance are often detected too late by current methods such as CT scan and cause the death of the patient. The problem is no useful clinical tool to real-time monitor drug resistance in cancer therapy to reduce cancer caused deaths. We developed a signal liquid biopsy that is assay tumor signal activity in blood. By this method, our product can early and real-time monitor cancer therapy, including all kinds of therapy and all cancer type. This is our product, the blood phospho-CH diagnostic reagent, which detects the blood level of the phospho-CH tumor biomarker inside the tumor cell. This biomarker is regulated by the ERK signal pathway, and the ERK signal pathway is the target of the most targeted drug. Thus, in case of drug sensitive, the blood level of this biomarker will decrease. In case of drug resistant, the blood level of this biomarker will increase. Besides, our product also can be used to monitor the response of chemotherapy, immunotherapy, and radiation therapy. This biomarker is present in all kinds of cancer type. This is the reason why our product can monitor all kinds of therapy and all cancer types. The clinical trial with patients in hospital showed our product can early, that is 2 weeks post therapy, and real-time monitor the therapy response of targeted therapy in lung cancer and colorectal cancer, and including the therapy response of chemotherapy in lung cancer. For monitoring the therapy response, CT is usually assayed every 3 months interval. Thus, it may delay the therapy. it may delay the treatment, and it has a high relation. It is also able to detect metastasized small tumors. And tissue biopsy involved invasive surgery. The CDC, ctDNA, and exome-based liquid biopsy has the problem of it has a high false negative rate because their blood levels are very, very low, even in advanced cancer. Moreover, including tumor metabolic negative-induced drug resistance, more than 40% of drug resistance are not related with no-oncogene. This kind of drug resistance are unable to be undetectable by CDC, ctDNA, and exome-based liquid biopsy. For other traditional blood biomarkers such as CA and CYA21-1, targeted therapy and chemotherapy treatment can cause a temporary rise in blood level of this traditional biomarker. Thus, the assay result of this biomarker can be misjudged in clinical practice. Also, currently, no traditional blood biomarkers are useful for monitoring the drug resistance of most cancer types, such as melanoma, breast cancer, liver cancer, and so on. The application of our product, including early detect initial therapy and real-time monitor emerging resistance after effective therapy. And the most important is our product can help CT and liquid biopsy in real-time assay drug resistance. That is to use our product rapidly and frequently to monitor the emerging resistance, followed by CT confirmation, liquid biopsy, and tissue biopsy to identify oncogene. The patent were granted in USA, Taiwan, China, Japan, Canada, and Indonesia. The marketing strategy of our product is to cooperate with international agents or pharmaceutical company and selling our product on our company's website. The user and market of our product are hospital and clinical laboratory around the world. The estimated revenue of our product is larger than $500 million per year. Our team, including doctor of the Changhua Christian Hospital and the professor of the Taipei Medical University. Our product got the Innovation Award of the Tech Connect World Innovation Conference in the USA, and it is selected for a pitch and showcase and in industry affiliate matchmaking at this conference. And this is the estimated income and the balance of this product. The income will be increased following the later years. And this is the raw data of our clinical trial. This is.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Any questions from the panel? Amit? Yeah.
So more than a question, I have some feedback. I know that, that language, English obviously is a bit of a challenge, and that's perfectly understandable. When presenting a company like this, I think if you can keep the slides to be just about the main point and not read from the slide, but look at us and talk to us about what it is that the company is doing. Because obviously this is your company, you know exactly the problem you're trying to solve.
Yes.
And I think what would be really helpful in this, hopefully some of the other startups can hear this as well. For the audience, what is really helpful is for you to come out and talk about the core problem, why you are and your team are so well suited to solve it, because you've been involved in this problem for a long time. Not that you woke up one fine morning and said, you know what, I'm going to solve this problem, right? You were in this industry for 10, 15, 20 years. You were seeing what the challenges were. And then you found an interesting, unique way to solve it. and then found the right way to get traction, came up with a marketing plan, have some initial users. And I think if you can convey that by talking to us, by talking to the audience, rather than just reading your slides, then it's a lot more effective.
Oh, yes. Thank you
Okay.
for your comment. Because there are so many things I need to report. I cannot remember all of this. So I need to have this to remember this. Sorry. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Any question, John?
Yeah. So to kind of leverage off Amit's comments about the talking, from the slides, recognize who your audience is. And we're investors. So really, what we want to know is we want to know, how are you going to make money? How do you compare to the competition to make money? So don't make your slides so busy. No, we're not PhD MDs in general. So we just want to know kind of the basics for your pitch. And then the other thing is, can you explain to me, there was one chart that I saw where I was trying to gather in my own mind, because I'm not an expert in this area. Is it IVD, your product was on the left column, and then on the right column was another IVD that seemed like it cost the same amount per test. It was $150 per test. Is that right?
You can go back. Just have to talk it.
unfortunately.
Yeah, you can go back.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
你不能回去，你不能回去。
哦，不能回去。
对。
Oh, sorry. I compare because the traditional I really like CA. They are used a long time, and our product have a patent. So the price. Our price will be higher than the traditional biomarker like CA or some. And our product can real time and more sensitively monitor the therapy response. And they cannot. Those our price will be higher than that. So the each the revenue will be higher.
Okay. Any more questions? If no. Okay, thank you. Thank you, TIEC Trust. So we heard about a lot of medical teams, and they really have the real technology, and they really need to prepare for their presentation. But it's okay. So now our next thing is also targeting on cancer. So our next team is targeting on cancer drugs, and so we can have a precision job making to their biopharma company. Let's welcome Join Biopharma.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Wen Chen. I'm working for Join Biopharma. As you know, cancer is a very terrible disease. It takes so many people's life every year. According to statistics, last year, 2 years ago, it takes 8.2 million people away. Among these cancers, lung cancer will cause more people to death. And when you look at the 5-year survival rate, it's very low, which means the lung cancer actually is the #1 killer among these cancers. When you look at the lung cancer drug, this Alimta, this drug, stand up, which means it takes much of the market share. Like when the 2015, the sale volume is 2.5 billion. So among these, out of this 6.2 billions, 40% of the markets. So this drug must be very good, and also is used in the first line, second line, and third lines of these treatments. But this drug is a non-target. It's a traditional chemotherapy. And it's high dose, and also the patent will expire in 2 or 3 years. So the way that we're going to do it is to make this non-target drug into a target drug, which means we want to reduce the side effect and reduce the dosage. The way we're going to do it is we use a peptide which is a targeting peptide, bind with this drug together as the peptide drug conjugate, and then this is our image. This will carry this drug into this receptor of the cancer cells, and then will bring into the cancer cell. Eventually, drug will release inside the cell and kill the cancer cells, and that's our hope. So we'll use the peptide as a carrier for targeting. We have proved that the lung cancer cell, we compare the carcinoma cell and normal cell to see how this the peptide where to go. And you can see the peptide will go more to the carcinoma cells, and that and will not go to the normal cell, which means it will reduce all the side effects. And this is the targeting purpose of it. And we have do the cell test, and also we do the mouse. And we combine this the peptide and the drug together, and then we use only 20% of the dosage will control these tumors to grow better than the lymphocyte cells, which means we kind of achieve this kind of purpose of this targeting target therapy. Besides that, we also test a different kind of cells, which means the colorectal cancers, and we found out that you can see it also has this targeting effect. So although we look at the CRC, very slow drug production developments, but actually this may play a good role there to give better the treatments. And also we found out that the ovarian cancer is very high growing markets. And last year, one drug in synthetic histology produced and then also kind of approved by the US FDA, and found out that this is a good market to go. And we found out that if we try these ovarian cancer cells, we have better the results and shows the targeting effect there. And also the patent. We have the peptide patents, and also the conjugate, which is the technology platform, has been established and also filed a patent. So far, we get the patent from US, from Japan and Taiwan, and we're waiting for US, and we are doing defense now. And then we're going to apply to many kinds of these cancer cells. And first one is lung cancer, second one colorectal cancer, and third is ovarian cancer. The business model, basically, we are going to find out the compound license in and do all these preclinical the trials, like the efficacy and toxicity of this drug trial, and go to the phase 1 and phase 2A to prove that this drug will work, and then we'll license out. So although we know the drug development is a very long journey, but we make this short as in the 5 years turnover, so to make this profit better. This is myself. I was working for Bristol Myers Squibb in New Jersey for 13 years, and we have done quite a bit of these the drug developments, and then come back to Taiwan here 5 years ago, and we try to kind of establish my own company. And these are our teams. We in this 4 years, we won some awards, and we have so many activities. And so we have very good desire to accomplish this kind of work. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from the judges? Okay, I have one for you. Like, I listen to a lot of the team focusing on targeting cancer, and they all use different platform. Like, you claim that the peptide is a really good platform, but we heard about microfluid, nanoparticle, red blood cell. Can you educate our general public why your platform can trump their platforms?
Well, actually, for this human body is very complicated, And sometimes it's kind of hard to predict that how good is your drug. So that's why the drug development, you have to go through 3 steps. First one is the cells. The cell got to test different kind of cell to see how good is your drug. The second one, mouse. The mice, try, or animals, you will try to see which one will make better. And then it's not good enough because the human being is totally different from mice or the cell. So you got to try on a clinical trial, which means you go to the human body to see. First one, you're going to try the toxicity. Sometimes you didn't find any toxicity in the mice, but once you go to clinical trial, boom, it come out. So it's kind of hard to say. And then you go to the second stage, which is the efficacy, and then you want to try to tune the dosage and so forth. So which means there's so low successful rate actually in this drug development, and so you got to know what is the mechanism really that you can kind of achieve what you want to have. So we try our best to try to use this platform to see if we can get a better results.
So you provide another great option to the patient. Thank you.
That's
a
right.
really good answer. Any more questions from the panel? Oh. Yeah, Alan.
Well, I'm not an expert in medicine, but I will ask you, how is it like to work in Taiwan relative to working at Bristol Myers? What's different?
What different between here and Bristol Myers Squibb? Actually, I was in United States 30 years. And it was 13 years I was working for Bristol Myers Squibb, which is a big company. We have a lot of people doing all this research and so forth. Here, if you have, especially in Taiwan, you have your own company, but your company has some expertise. People with some expertise only in small range. If you want to do a whole series from the beginning all the way to the end, you got to collaborate with some other people together. The first one, and sometimes you have to out-contract out to some experts to work together. So actually. In this region is a very good environment because so many we have this the research institute or the academia is here, so you can collaborate with them to have this their project move on. That's the one. And then of course we are in Taiwan, but we are isolated here. I also can communicate with the people, our colleagues out in the United States, of course. Almost every year I went back. Go back to United States and then kind of talk with the colleagues. If I have any question, I'll ask them. So this is different. They're very convenient because all people here are have expertise, easier to get the information out. But here you got to collaborate with other people, and that's kind of different. And that's the one. The second one is Bristol Myers Squibb, big company. You want to ask for money? Hey, here it is. Yeah. But here you got to struggle with all these the financial issues, and that's a painful experience. Yeah.
Alan.
One more question: do you see any application of AI in your field?
AI is kind of we have not used it, but AI right now, what I think I can use is. They can use the information that coming out of all these scientific journals, and then this AI may do the search, which means you have a good database there, and AI may do the search for you to match to see what kind of mechanism that will match the product, because one thing in the drug development, the first one we want to see is you have the so-called active site, and then the drug coming out and coming here, if this shape is different from the active site, then you want to come in, you will not contact. So this all the information here we can store in somewhere for a database, and then this also can do all this the shape, the information. You can see whether you can match or not. So this is called SAR, and that's all usually people. It's a very early stage that you have to do this survey or the measurement to see how good is your drug.
Okay, thank you, Joe Wing, Biopharma. Yeah. Okay. Our next team is from Taiwan, and we switched the entire sector from medical device to blockchain. Our next team is focusing on payment service. They're gonna help you send your money through blockchain. Let's welcome BeiPay.
My name is Scofield, founder and the CEO of BeiPay. BeiPay is a blockchain payment service provider, just like a PayPal. PayPal helps you transfer money through the internet. BeiPay helps you transfer money through the blockchain. Bitcoin was invented for P2P payment, but very few shops accept Bitcoin. Why? Because of the price volatility, because of the speculate, and the poor user experience of the wallet. So let me show you how BeiPay help you to resolve these problems. Price volatility is the biggest issue for crypto payment. For a $5 coffee, you don't know how to price it in Bitcoin. You don't know how to verify the transaction on the blockchain. You don't know how to sell those coins back to $5 or more. You don't know how to protect your coin from being stolen by the hackers or even your employee. Let BeiPay take all the risk for you and give the cash you want. It's very easy to use our service. Just set how much money you want, and we will show a QR code with the information how many coins your client has to pay. And your customer use their own wallet to scan the QR code to pay the coin. BeiPay will help you to verify the transaction on the blockchain. If the payment is under $100, the transaction will be closed within 5 seconds, and you get your cash in your bank within 3 days. You can use BeiPay as a POS machine. You can integrate the BeiPay API into your website or in-app purchase, or just drop a pay link to your client with the messenger and get the payment. Thanks to our partner like BHub, the best crypto bistro in Taipei, and Accupass, the top event company in Greater China region, and Vodi, the most popular messenger app in Malaysia, and Binance, the biggest crypto exchange on the planet. We got millions of users within 6 months after launch. For the crypto users, most of coin owners, they want to sell the coin for profit, not for the payment. So we would like to help companies to create their coins for payments. We know that the internet is for transfer information. Blockchain helps us to transfer money. Once you put your information online, everyone can read it. You put your asset on chain, everyone can trade it. We create company website to deliver information to our customer, our partner. We can create our company coin to pay our partners or get paid by our customer. So with BeiPay services, you can create your company coin within 60 seconds and make it spendable in your ecosystem. Just like you send a check over to your client, and BeiPay help you take cash or deposit your check. So now you have your own coin. You would like to give someone your coin for free. But now we face the third problem, is no one has the wallet can hold your coins. In the early days of email, it's very hard for an average person to set up an email client until someone invented webmail. You just pick up the address you like, set up the password, you get your email work, and can send and receive message. Wallet is very similar to email. I got your email address, I can send you message. I got your wallet address, I can send you money. So how can we let everybody easily to get a wallet? With our services, you can get your wallet with BeiPay create wallet as a service for you. We use a hardware security module to store your private key, to sign your contract. So you can use Facebook or Google logon to manage your asset on-chain. The market, 10 years ago, there is no mobile payment market. And now it's a $1 trillion business. We don't know how big the crypto payment market will be, but with the benefit of the distributed ledger, more and more companies start to accept crypto payment and create their own coin to enjoy the benefit of faster and more secure money transactions. Our business model is very simple. We take 0% from merchant, and we take 2% from our transaction we made. We would like to go from Asia to Europe and to United States. And with the benefit of the blockchain payment, we can let more partners to share our revenue to penetrate the market. We are 3 ex-Microsoft employees, and we have 10 years experience in deliver enterprise solution. We are proud to be selected as a Smart Lab Taipei, and we now in TTA. So with PayPay, you can create your own coin. We help your customer to hold your coin and help your client to cash your coin. That's what makes us different from other crypto payment. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Yeah. So question is blockchain. So Amit.
Hi.
Hi. So you didn't talk about a competitive landscape at all, because for all of the 3 things that you're doing, there are many, many companies that have solutions in the market already.
Yep.
And they have been around for a while. And when I look at your fee structure, right, the first thought that comes to my mind is, forget crypto-based companies. You've got almost credit card-like fee structures. So the whole purpose of people moving to a decentralized ecosystem is because we can get to a near zero cost transaction, right? The security piece is valuable, but at the end of the day, once we get to a mass mainstream market, it won't matter, right? We're going to expect that to be the case. So with that kind of fee structure, you're not even making the argument against the crypto companies. So talk about your competitive landscape for each of those things, because coin creation is not a difficult thing today. Wallets exist today. The largest wallet company is Coinbase, and you have many others as well. They've started making it very simple, right? And stable coins have been around for a very long time. So I'm not sure what the unique piece is for BayPay in this whole setup.
Yeah, that's a great question. That Bitcoin has been used for payment for years, so there are a lot of other crypto payment out there. And just like a BitPay, Bitfire, and CryptoPay, something like that. But we are different from that. They are more focused on one coin to other currency. We can do multiple, include ICO coins. We can do that to do as a payment, as a transaction. And no matter how big a market is for the crypto, we still serve those people already have the coin, already in the crypto market. But what BayPay is focused on, those markets without crypto wallet, they don't know how to pay the gas fee. They don't know how to tip the miner. They don't know how to memorize the recovery phrase. We are targeting those customers. So we are different from the BitPay or other payments. And what makes our technology different is another thing is for the ICO token. When you send your customer, when they want to send out to crypto exchange for selling, they need to pay gas fee. They need to have Ether in their wallet to complete the transaction. But for our stablecoin we created, or the company coin we created, they don't need to pay the gas fee. There is a centralized smart contract to deal with all the transactions. And our transaction experience is very fast, that you can complete your transaction with a very short time, 5 seconds or even quicker to complete your transactions.
So how would that be different from, let's say, me building something on Stellar?
Yeah. Huh?
How would that be different from me building something on Stellar, where you have 5-second transaction time, zero cost?
Yeah. So I think the other issue is that we create a wallet services. So we have a million users because we acquire so many users. We attach our services to the company. They already have millions of users. So we enable them to have the feature of the crypto wallet. So now we can give them ICO airdrops or other crypto tickets, other voucher, other free coupon to them into their wallet. So we are more working on an ecosystem that let everyone has a wallet. Just at the internet age, we want everyone has an email address. Then spam mail or advertising mail can come to you, right? So if everyone here has a crypto wallet, I can airdrop my coins to everyone. But the fact is, we have run a lot time our business. But no matter what event, very few people, very few audience here have the wallet to get into the crypto world. So we are doing a payment, not for the ICO, not to do the project. So for the payment is, if you are a credit card business, you want everyone has a credit card, then you get the profit from that, right? But if no people here has a wallet, no one has a coin, no one know how to use crypto payment, the market is very small. And I'm not talking the one already in the crypto market. I'm talking here, everyone here. They don't know how to do that. But we believe in the benefit of distributed ledger. We believe in the benefit of the blockchain. So we believe one day all the transaction will happen on blockchain and make our life easier. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's about time. Okay, thank you, BeiPei. Our next and the final contestant for this today is another blockchain company. So we have the hot wallet. Right now we have the cold wallet. Okay, let's welcome Shelpis.
Hello everyone, I'm Danny from Shelpis. This is our co-product, Kelvin Wallet. Our goal is protect the most secure solution for manage your crypto assets for enterprise. Shelpis is based in Taipei and founded in 2017. We focus on implementing cryptography algorithm and apply to real world. We provide blockchain solution including wallet, chain, and applications. Despite the price of cryptocurrency dropping in 2018, there are more and more people get involved in blockchain. And now, there are 200 ICO companies hold more than $10 million. And the daily trading volume of cryptocurrency is about $10 billion. And also, the crypto assets under management is growing. It has grown 75 times in these 3 years. And also, crypto funds, a number of crypto funds is growing. And there are some challenges to manage crypto fundings. First, outside attack, such as hackers steal the money from exchanges. And hackers break cloud server to access the credential and steal the money. Or they steal the users' login information by web shipping and other to access his token. And after we surveyed our competitors' solution, we found some risks in their workflow. They break users' secret key into many parts and keep one piece in their air-gapped machine. But when they combine the key together, the operator can do any transaction he wants, which means the operator needs to be full trusted. And also, we need to think about backup mechanism. This year, a Canadian exchange lost lots of money because their founder passed away. Shelpis custody protects our clients' assets perfectly by the design of 2 multi-signature layers, which are instruction layer and transaction layer. Transaction layer is like a custody in the bank. The owner sends their assets into a multi-signature account, and all the keys will be saved into Kelvin wallet and sent to different custodies over the world. The instruction layer is like an approval system. The instruction can be assigned to many managers to approve it. For example, it needs 2 of 3 managers to approve the transaction. And in custody, before signing any transaction, the wallet have to verify the signatures comes from their managers. And all information in the system are public. Hacker can get any useful information even they break the system. And now, we have about 10 clients in the United States and holding about $800 million. Kelvin wallet is the first quantum-proof cold wallet, and it contains a common criteria EAL5+ secure chip to store your credential. And Kelvin always makes sure your all apps and firmware running in a trust zone. Our members have 10 years experience in cryptography and software engineering. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any question from the panel, Amit? Or,
how do you charge the customer?
How
what your revenue model? How do you charge the customer?
It depends on how much money our customers have and they want to manage, or the trading frequency. It's about 0.3 to 0.5% of the money.
Who have you worked with so far, or is this under development now? Do you have customers that already have crypto in custody on the Kelvin wallet?
Sorry, you mean the what?
Do you have customers for this already? And what type of customers are they typically? Enterprise, hedge funds? Who is your typical customer?
Oh, it's a crypto fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Located where?
In San Francisco.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question for you. I have Bitcoins. I put it all into Binance, a centralized exchange.
Yes.
Because I'm a person with no responsibilities. I don't know what to eat for breakfast. So if I get your service, I bought one cold wallet and put my money into it, I lost it. Do I lost it forever?
You mean you put the
Bitcoin into it?
Into this device?
And I lost it.
I lost this device?
Yes.
Okay. For end user, when you generate your key pair inside, you need to back up the mnemonic, which means it's 24 seats to recover your account. And if you want a more high secure level, you can buy 2 and use a multi-sig account to manage it.
Yeah,
so if you want, if you lost one device,
sure,
use another one to make a transaction.
Because I have to remember the seed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. My problem is I lost stuff all the time. But if Binance lost it, they're gonna compensate me. I'm pretty sure they got all the money to even though they get hacked, or they're gonna pay me up. But if I lost the cold wallet, even I lost the seed, I lost it forever. So it feels like it's not a personal device, but I'm definitely sure some people will get it. So why don't you make it a B2B business, but not a B2C business?
Oh yeah, the custody is for B2B.
Yes.
Yes.
So you are more focusing on B2B, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good answer. Yeah. Any more questions, John?
Yeah. So how much does it cost to manufacture, and how much do you sell?
You mean a device?
For? That's right. And then also on your pre-Series A, what do you intend to do with the money? It looks like maybe all the research has been done. Is it just marketing? What will you do with the money?
Okay. We raised the money for expand our sales team in Asia. we focus on Singapore and Hong Kong because there are many crypto funds. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions from Edgar?
So what are the core technologies that you have or the experience that you have that differentiate you from other cold wallets?
Yeah, I think the first is our quantum proof algorithm. Yeah, it's called Rainbow algorithm. It has been submitted to NIST and passed the second review and waiting for review to be the next generation standard.
Is that hard to do it? It sounds like it's just a
Yeah,
procedure.
We are the first one to implement the quantum proof algorithm. Yeah, because the key size is very large than other algorithm, because it's used to resistance from quantum computer attack.
So is the entry barrier very high, or it's actually like?
Yeah, entry barrier is very high.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, shoppers.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So remember to get one over there. They have a booth. And that concludes our afternoon sections. So thank you again for participating in our semi-final contest. Let's give it up for our judges again. Thank you.
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实要好非常多，目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个 integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲，就是我们叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多。目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个 integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲就是叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
Guys, we're gonna rearrange the table for the next event. Our next event is 2:15. So if the staff is coming near you, could you please stand up so we can actually move around the table for our matchmaking event?
今年科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多。目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个 integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲就是叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多。目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲就是我们叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多。目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲就是我们叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多，目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲，就是我们叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多，目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲，就是我们叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多。目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色哦，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲就是我们叫 eye tracking， 就是眼动仪。它是一个装置，装在眼镜上面之后呢，它可以知道你在看什么地方。然后这个东西其实被视为是下一代这个 UI 的，就是人机界面的一个革命这样子。然后其实总共最后我们有接待了28组客户在我们的套房里面，就是很多厂商来找我们谈这样。
科技部带领44个兼具科技实力与创造力的台湾新创团队前进 CES。为了让大家感受一下现场的盛况，今天特别透过影片重现了 CES 2019的精彩时刻。
今年的整体的表现比去年其实又好非常多。目前已经有超过55亿以上的这个订单跟募资的量在进行中。那这次我们真的是有一些特色哦，这个特色就是说，在转型的未来，就是不是只有说产品的制造，而是提供服务背后的资讯可能是更重要。所以资讯的截取跟使用经验的连结，那这些我看很多团队都有做到。那这个对我们创新经济的将来的推动是有可行。
我们以为说应该是我们要去找合作伙伴，结果没想到是各个国家看到我们的这样一个integrate 的一个科技底下，直接就来跟我们对谈，甚至在我们的学生的介绍底下，直接就到我们的会场上面，然后呢，有10多个国家希望我们直接就将整个技术直接转移到这个国家上面。
那健身在做的东西是我们这个讲就是我们叫 eye tracking。
We will begin in 2:30. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Phoenix, and I'll be your host for this evening. On the behalf of InnoVEX team, I want to proudly welcome you guys to our Pi stage. Now we will start the 2019 TTA and TIEC Pitch and Match competition. Now, before I begin, I want to share some information about TIEC and TTA. TIEC, Taiwan Innovation and Entrepreneur Center, is the one of the pillar of Taiwan Tech Arena Program, TTA. And they are TTA is a tech startup hub sponsored by Ministry of Science and Technology. So TTA and TIEC join force together to give you this wonderful event. Taiwan is focusing on cross-border startup initiative. Pitch and Match is the event platform to get all the ecosystem around the world to come to Taiwan with each other in collaboration with key startup trade. In 2017, we have already matched 175 startups with 108 investors. So it's really good. So any audience who's interested in such an event, please contact TTA and TIEC for further information. So without further ado, there will be 10 companies coming pitching at this stage. Each of them will have 3 minutes of time. There will be no panel, there will be no judge, they'll be all yours. So without further ado, let's welcome our first team. Our first team is 3E Green, and they are focusing on the smart grid, for micro smart grid for all to prevent your power surge. Let's welcome 3E Green. Let's give it up for 3E Green. It's our first team. You're gonna come up in a second. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay. Does anyone know how many people died in Taiwan every month because of electrical fires? The number is 300 people. They died because of this situation. So to prevent this situation, we are here to make all electrical devices and all electrical circuits, just 3 points. More safer, more efficient, and of course, predictable. So in contrast to the most complicated and expensive solutions, our technology is easy to install and cost-effective. So this is our patented clamp sensor. Just the size just like an egg, this one. But how easy it is. The advantage for this patent clamp sensor is wireless and self-rechargeable. Does anyone know how much power consumption for the dryers that we are using every day? That's really hard to know that. But now I already used the clamp, like this one, yeah. Clamp it, just get any wire, clamp it, and turn on our dryers, and also, of course, our phone. So can you help me to read the number? Like this one. Yeah, so now it's 12 ampere. Thank you. And so far, we already got more than 60 industrial customers, including Southeast Asia and Japan. And of course, also in Taiwan, more than 60 industrial customers, such as UMC, the lead semiconductor in Taiwan, Sheraton Hotel and Hilton Hotel, and also TACO. And this is our 4 core businesses. We got devices sales, cloud services with a monthly fee, and also data report analysis, and the last one is diagnosis. So fortunately, pre-A run has been done in Q1 this year, and our lead investor, NTCU Angel Club, has already provided great connections for manufacturing for us to target our revenue this year. So we truly believe with our patented clamp sensor and our existing potential customers, we believe we can make all electrical devices and all circuits more safer, and also save our energy and also our money. I'm CU with 3E Green. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up for our first team, 3E Green. Our second team is from France. They are going to give us a smart projector right there. It's going to perfect the meeting room device, turning surface into interactive screens. Let's welcome Adot. Go.
I don't have the remote control.
You don't have the Okay, you can start. Introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Paul, CEO of Adoc. We are a French startup that created the best smart projector in the world. Since we don't have the remote, we can start. Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, so what's a touch projector? Well, today interactive display is a booming market. And projectors are everywhere, in corporate offices, personal homes, and public spaces. We bring the two together to create a real smart projector. Why smart? Because there is a Windows 10 computer embedded, so it's fully autonomous, no more cables. And it creates a 36 inches wide display that is tactile, exactly like a tablet. Same reactivity, same precision. You can see my colleague Ari demoing right there. And we've built special meetings feature to enhance the collaborative work experience. 10 years ago, phones went from regular phones to smartphones. Today, we do the same for projector, bringing them to the smart projector. Interactive display is the fastest growing display market in the world, with 15% year-over-year growth. And we disrupt that with a new offer that is cheaper, more mobile, and easier to work with. We have two use cases that see a lot of traction today. The first one is collaborative meetings. You can interact on any table with digital content to take the right decision with your team. You can also pitch your software to explain why you offer it the best to prospective clients. The second use case is for the construction and industrial players. For example, today they are still using paper to do plan reviews, so they don't have any digital tools that is mobile and easy to use in any environment. We provide them this solution. Our product retails at 2,500 euros, and there is a subscription fee for meetings feature at 99 euros a month. And already more than 50 companies in Europe trust us for their collaborative meetings. We won an award at CES for the best of innovation. We are a French startup with a strong team of engineers and backed by the top school in France. We also have a partnership with Foxconn and Advantech. We are raising 5 million euros to expand to the Asian and US market and to reach 50,000 units delivered within 3 years. This is Adoc, the best touch projector in the world. There is a demo right there if you can see it, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Our next thing is from Taiwan, and we shift to the medical sector. They actually have a data interpretation targeting for leukemia. Let's welcome Ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrea, the co-founder of HEAD. We are a team focused on developing diagnostic and disease assessment tool for blood cancer using artificial intelligence. Blood cancer is one of our top 10 common cancers in the world, and only a quarter patient is able to survive more than 5 years after being diagnosed. Therefore, the physician will need better tools for the disease monitoring and to support them in their treatment strategy adjustments. So as a start, we select flow cytometry for our first solution model development. Why? Because it's the golden standard for blood cancer diagnosis and disease monitoring. And currently, due to the data complexity and volume, the interpretation takes a long time and has taken a lot of time for the physicians from other critical clinical tests. And given that the demand is over 20 million per year, so millions of hours being spent just for this single clinical exam interpretations. And you also suffer from physician intervariability and then also the manual error. So with our ahead flow solution proposal, we'll compute all the dimensional data in a high dimensional space and project the results together with the over 5,000 already interpreted specimens onto the same visualization space. And it will only take 7 seconds to complete the interpretations. So once it's been implemented in the real world, we hope that the data could directly be uploaded to our platform. And just with merely 7 seconds, the screening result will provide the physician to tell whether they should spend their precious time to go through the traditional whole manual interpretation process. And we not only like to develop tools for single clinical exam interpretations, we also have developed a tool that can take into account all the clinical exam and treatment history in our prognosis prediction model. And we design it in a way that will allow the physicians to perform interpretations anytime during the disease treatment course. And we have reached over 80% accuracies in relapse and mortality predictions. And in the future, we hope this will help the physician pick out those who are likely to relapse earlier, adjust their treatment strategy, and further increase their chance of long-term survival. We plan to use cloud-based SaaS platform to provide our service to hospitals and laboratory service providers. And then our team, why we can achieve such an ambitious goal is because we are composed of a group of hematologists, AI experts, and pharmaceutical executives, and already started a collaboration with University of Pittsburgh and UCSF to validate our model in the United States. Currently, we're already involved and enrolled in multiple accelerator programs, and we expect to officially spin off from the university by Q1 2020. And we hope to complete all the required ISO verification and file for our first FDA application for a head flow model. That's for my presentations. You are welcome to visit us at TTF Pavilion booth. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Our next thing is also from Taiwan, and it's also in the medical space. Myopia Cure is actually creating the eye drop to cure myopia. Let's welcome Myopia Cure.
Hello, everyone. My name's Hank. I'm going to show you our novel eye drop that is designed to treat and cure myopia. As you can see here, myopia has become a worldwide problem. The prevalence increased rapidly and has reached 85% in many Asian countries. I know you may ask me, hey, does myopia matter? The answer is yes. Why? Well, look at this. This normal eye. This myopic eye. The eye structure is damaged, which lead to severe complications as shown here, and all these complications cause blindness. And in fact, myopia is the leading cause of blindness in Asian, especially in Chinese population. Therefore, myopia is a disease, and they need to be treated. The target population for the treatment is the school children, because we want to stop the myopia progression or cure their myopia. And the treatment time is pretty long, from the onset of myopia until myopia becomes stabilized, which means young adults around 18 or 20 years old. Let's see what kind of management we have right now. On the top panel, we call it treatment. That means they can stop the progression of myopia or cure myopia. But unfortunately, there's only one effective drug called atropine. But atropine dilates the pupil, which causes a lot of complications and side effects. So it's not a good drug, it's not a popular drug. And the method like contact lenses or surgery, they did not stop the progression of myopia. Therefore, we need a better solution to treat myopia. And based on our innovative eye drop, we compare our efficacy with the current therapy, atropine. We found that our eye drop is more effective than atropine. It's safe based on all the animal studies and all the biological structures. It's very convenient, 1 drop per day, and it doesn't dilate the pupil as atropine does. And our team has a thorough IP protection all the way from the method to the product and many patent has been granted. How about the market? Assuming $480 per year for the cost of an eye drop, the total global market is 67 billion. And actually, the major market is in the Asian countries, 46 billion globally. And this is timetable. We are in 2019 Q2 right now, and we are going to set up our company. I'm a professor. We are going to set up a company in 2 to 3 months, and we are looking for the A round, $8 million USD for our A round. This is our team.
Thank you.
Time is up.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next team is from France. They're building a long-term partnership between humans and technology. Let's welcome Humano. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it the right way to?
Hi everyone. Hi. My name is Xavier Basset. I'm founder and CEO of Humano. So Humano is a software company. We are working every day to build our long-term future where humans and machines will behave with each other. And the particular question we are working on is, how do we want to interact with those machines? They will be everywhere. How do we want our children to interact with these machines? The answer is, we want it to be instinctive and natural. We want those machines to understand us. So this is what we are working on. Simple question. As a human, when we are interacting with each other, do I touch a button on your body to start an interaction? Of course not. We expect the same for all the interactive devices we are building, robots or this kind of machine, like interactive displays, smart displays. What are we building? We are building some AI algorithms that precisely understand the behaviors of the user in front of them. All right, so we are analyzing the whole body interaction and all the sound. And all of that gives us some precise information of the intention of the user. Based on that, we can use those information to build really interactive scenarios. And at the same time, we have the data to build learning systems. We want to put this technology as a key component on every interactive devices that are built every day. And there are many more every day. So we want to put it as a piece of technology exactly the same way you put voice in any smart speakers and so on. How do we make money? We sell license to the manufacturers. And they put it in their hardware. We make money with the volume. Basically, our market is like huge. There are many manufacturers, many different kind of devices, and we are expecting to work with as many manufacturers as possible. We are a French team with a subsidiary in Japan. We are mostly engineers and researchers. We are already selling our technology to robot manufacturers in Japan, presently here in Taiwan to do the same. So thank you very much, and I hope to meet you soon.
Thank you. Our next team is from Taiwan, and they build a software stack for the AR and VR developer. Let's welcome Mike and IdeaFly, MeFly.
Hi guys. All right, so I'm Zui from Mind and IdeaFly. So for years, we developed AI and VR technologies, and we believe that we should liberalize this technology for everyone. All right, so we know that AR and VR has very huge market size and values, and it has become very important. However, when you are creating AR and VR contents, you are creating the AR and VR implementations, you would face these issues. First, it's very hard to make. Secondly, it's expensive. And third, it takes too long to produce. So our products, Maker, is an augmented reality and virtual reality editor. that allows you and let you to create AR and VR implementation without the needs of programming. The use is very simple. In a simple 3 steps, we have a drag and drop graphic-based editor. Then you can one click to upload whatever you have created onto the cloud, and your users, they would use mobile phone to experience the contents right away. So Mega helps you to reduce the costs, reduce the times, and of course, it is so easy to learn. It takes only 30 minutes to master. And the best thing is you can output to both Android and our systems. And if you already have an existing app, it can be embedded as well. All right, so let's look at our market, the business models. So if you are individual users, you can pay monthly to use. If you are schools, company, or groups, we have annual programs for you to run Megas on multiple devices at the same time. All right, since the launch of Megas, our company has seen remarkable growth. And just only in Taiwan, we have over 50 schools and public agencies are using Mega to engage with the AR and VR technologies. All right, so apart from Taiwan, you can find us in Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Shanghai, Korea, and even North America, Vancouver. All right, so we are looking for sales partnerships, and we are also looking for technical collaborations. And in the end, of course, it will help us to build our branding positions, ultimately increase our business values so that it brings profits to our partners, investors, and potential future investors too. All right, so our new versions will support ARKit AR Core. We've heard so much about ARKit AR Core, but we will be the first third-party editor to support ARKit AR Core features and support web AR. So our users do not need to download any existing additional apps to run AR features and integrate with GPS to build your own AR navigations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, MeFly. Our next thing is also from Taiwan, and they are focusing on the IoT device for food and allergy detection system. Let's welcome Taiwan user-friendly sensor and tech.
Hello, everyone. We are Taiwan user-friendly sensor and technology. I'm the CEO. At beginning, let me talk about number. In America, every 3 minutes have one people go to an emergency room because they have allergens problem, and more than 40% in child. For this reason, so in America, it's more than $25 billion per year used on the food allergens healthcare. So now the problem is people don't know what the allergens in their meal. So we want to build in a fast and sensitivity biosensor system for our consumer. Our device is very small and easily carried to everywhere. And you can see here, you just put your food in our essentiation kit and connect with our device. Less than 2 minutes, you will get the data. And all the data can update to cloud towards your smartphone. Our system is different than others. We can tell you how much allergens in your food. And this is our app. You can check all the data by your smartphone. And we already set all the system and go to like a Whole Foods Star Mart to test the real samples. We can test the food allergens in real food. And also you can track all the data by your smartphone. And our co-founder was focused in building a biosensor system more than 10 years. We will focus on food safety in our first step, especially in food allergen. Then we'll expand our market to healthcare or long-term care. Yeah, we are Taiwan user-friendly sensor and technology. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Our next thing is from Netherlands. They are providing a state-of-art integrated cooling solution for high-performance computing system. Let's welcome InCooling.
Hello. In the last 2 years, we have produced more data than the entire history of humankind, which means that big companies like Facebook, Google, or Apple are gaining vast amounts of user data that they need to process, and fast. Why? Because me and you, or we as users, expect our phone, our laptop, or tablet to be able to work way faster than it did a year before. And so far, companies have been able to do this following something known as the Moore's Law. As you might be aware, it's stated that every 2 years, the performance will double. Nevertheless, now it's actually started to slow down. In the graph behind me, you see the current trend, the blue line. It's slowing down. The green line, however, is where the real consumer demand is at. To keep Moore's Law alive, you need to have more computing space in the same space. However, instead of going 2-dimensionally, which is no longer possible, the industry has decided to go 3-dimensionally. This is known as the 3D chip stacking. That way you gain more power in the same space, and no problem. Anyway, there is one problem though, which is the heat. You see, the more performance you gain out of a chip, the more heat it produces. But the more heat is being produced, the less performance you get out of it. So the design kind of fails. And the current solutions, well, they're not enough. Currently, industry uses something known as the cold plate, which is a 2-dimensional cooling system, but it's not good enough for this design. Because if you can observe in this picture here, the middle and the bottom layers are not being cooled at all. So the reason I'm standing here today is because we believe we can really offer a breakthrough, not only in 3-dimensional chip stacking, but even for the chips available today. And I'd like to present InCooling. We're a new company based in Netherlands that together with CERN in Switzerland have designed the state-of-the-art in-chip cooling solution. And this is our product. We enable chip cooling by inserting small nanotubes under high pressure between the layers. We use CO2. It can withstand the pressure of 700 bar, and it's all pumped through these small silicon nanotubes that have the same size as a single human hair. Anyway, with this technology, we enable next generation technologies. Artificial intelligence, for example. We increase the performance. We provide more higher computing density and increase the component lifetime due to thermal stability. All this whilst reducing your energy bill. Anyway, we're not the only ones, but we are the only ones doing it under high pressure, and we are better. These are our results. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, InCooling. Our next thing is gonna raise our security awareness among the hikers. They're gonna bring us the first mobile app to track hikers. Let's welcome Crypto Cybersecurity.
Good day, people.
Good day.
I am Alexis. I'm the founder and CEO of Crypto Cybersecurity. We raise cybersecurity awareness around the world. And I'm also the Philippine Hacker Games champion 2015 and 2017. But don't worry, I won't hack you today. I'm also the author of Cyber Defender. So here's my question. Do you often connect to public Wi-Fi? Or much simpler question, do you connect to Wi-Fi? Yes, of course. But study says that a hacker can hack your online accounts within at least 60 seconds. And you can visit my YouTube vlog, and I will show you the step-by-step on how to steal the credit card information, online bank, online social media, within at least 60 seconds. It's possible, and anyone, even the elementary, can do it. So expert says that the best thing to do to secure yourself from this is to ditch the use of public Wi-Fi. It is very annoying, right? So me, as a hacker, I created a solution like this, the Hakuna. The Hakuna is the first, okay, before that, Hakuna is a mobile app that can block and detect these Wi-Fi hackers. And the magic here is this is the first mobile app that can track Wi-Fi hackers. So here, we are making the bad hackers powerless because now we're giving you a weapon to fight against bad hackers. So we are creating a new world where hackers will be afraid of hacking you because you have this kind of weapon. So the happy ending is we can now enjoy the public free Wi-Fi peacefully. So as of now, for 4 months, we launched last November. We already have 100,000 users. And next month, we'll have nearly 500,000 plus installs in just 6 months. And it became the #1 anti-hack in the Philippines, #4 trending in Play Store last November. And we're all over the world. And we've been featured in local and international with proof of concept so that they can ensure the credibility of this app. And the market validation is 432 million is connect to public free Wi-Fi. And 116 of them are very worried that public free Wi-Fi is not secure. 73 million of them is doing online banking, and 376 million of them is doing email. So if I am a hacker, I can now hack 73 million accounts in online banking and email, and 376 million in email. So it has also million revenue, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. So that concludes the pitch section of our pitch and match event. So we will have a short 10 minutes break, and we would like to invite all the investors stay at the table where you're assigned to, and all the team, you can probably prepare your meeting with the investor maybe at the left side of the city area. 各位，我们的这个 section 已经结束，所以接下来是一个投资人以及创业团队的 meet 的时间，所以我们可能要请就是投资人留在座位上，然后团队在左方，然后接下来我们有个10分钟的休息，这样子。接下来我们有一个这样子的媒合的活动会开始，谢谢大家。So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes.